helping them navigate the often confusing and endlessly frustrating justice and mental health system when their loved one is held in jail. Families such as Mariana's and Melissa Nardoza, you've got her testimony in your, I think in your folders. And we've discovered some unusual gaps in the system when it comes to special populations such as people with mental illness and the people with physical disabilities and pregnant inmates and especially veterans. And like Representative Romero pointed out, the shocking gap with the postage stamp, which we were made aware of thanks to the Jail Commission that looks into this. I just wanted to put a little data out there. In the last quarter of 2018, as per the Texas Veterans Commission, only 198 jails reported their veterans. The total number of veterans in county jails, not TDCJ, just county jails, was 41,989. This is just the last quarter of 2018. An analysis of the Jail Commission's non-compliance reports shows that not verifying veteran status is one of the most common violations. Currently, we have 241 county jails, which hold over 65,000 people daily and over 1 million annually. It's important to remember that over 70% of them are being held pre-trial and often for very long periods. This is not TDCJ, they have not been convicted, and they haven't lost their benefits just for going into county jails. I think House Bill 3311 is a great step in closing those two serious gaps by providing prepaid postage cards and making the veteran verification status at intake. But I believe we need to do a little bit more in terms of streamlining the whole process. Like Vice Chair Tinderholt was saying, that why is it not electronic reporting? Because the vrss.gov database does not share with the state database. And the agency resource can explain a lot more on this whole process, and people have been working to try to streamline it. But I think it's really important to get that identifying, tracking, and quantifying of this population so that we can begin to get adequate funding for veterans courts and for peer support personnel, and maybe some more claims officers at TVC. If we haven't measured this, how are we going to fund it? And if we can't fund it, how are we going to improve it? With that, I hope you will support House Bill 3311. Thank you.
Members, you have any questions?
In your experience with the Veterans Commission, I like what you just said. You know, if we don't know, we don't know, right? You know, so who do you believe is tracking those 44,000 veterans that are in county jails?
So I looked really deep into this with the Veterans Commission's help, and the way they got these numbers was by waiting for the database list to come to them from the VA. And the reason they need this postcard, like everybody's been asking, why do we need this postcard? This is like an antiquated system. Why can't we go digital? How about an email? The reason they need this postcard is because until that postcard is mailed to the TVC has no idea that there's a veteran in jail. And guess what the return rate for those postcards was in 2018? 1.3%. They got only 2,638 postcards back. And until they get those postcards back, they do not know that this person is in jail. And this is a county jail, not yet convicted, 70% pre-trial.
Is there anything that prevents the county jail from communicating that directly to the Texas Veterans Commission?
You would have to ask the TVC resource person about that.
Legally, is there any anything that would prevent them from?
I don't think so, because in some jails, and I live in Harris County, and I know the officer inside Harris County that tracks, that she does her own tracking within the jail of veterans, and she's one of the few jails that do their own tracking, and some of the bigger jails do that well, and she communicates directly with TVC, but I don't know about some of the smaller and medium-sized jails. Those are the jails we really worry about, the 200 or so small and medium-sized ones. The big ones do their verification once a day, maybe, twice a day. Sometimes maybe it goes into one day, once in 3 days. But the small ones, we've had small counties that haven't verified for 6 months. And if they don't know how many they have, how are they going to fund veterans courts? So that's our concern. Thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions? Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chairman.
Okay. Is there Gutierrez.